I am your host, Con, manager of Athens Owls, and with us tonight is Nick, aka Brian Clough, head developer of 90MF and manager of Wanderers FC. We are missing Steve tonight, as he is away for a few days. So Nick, it's just the two of us tonight.
Yeah, I'll have to be you, Con, and you'll have to be Steve tonight.
Exactly. So there's a few things that have changed in November, and that's because we have two new FAs this season. It's the Watershed FA and the Twilight FA. Or should I say the Late Evening FA and the Early Evening FA, since they have swapped names. And I have to say, quite a lot of people have joined these FAs. Both FAs have managed to get 2 divisions. And from what I'm seeing, yeah, there's around 40 new users joining Early Evening FA and another 30 joining the Late Evening FA. So that's an additional 2 divisions each for next season. So yeah. Another change this month is that we've introduced a completely new inter-FA competition called the Legends Cup, which went very well in terms of participation. I think we got around 120 users, but more on that we shall discuss later in the cup reviews. The last thing I want to say, which is new in November, is that because of the extra 2 FAs, the number of SP places rewarded, SP Cup places rewarded to each FA, has also changed. Only Primetime FA and Watershed FA now award 4 places. Here we are, these 2. The rest, all the rest, now award just 3 places.
I'll just butt in for a second, Con, here, just to give people a bit of a heads up. That is true, but for next season, it may change. We've got, hopefully we'll have group phases coming into the cup competitions next month in beta. And depending on how that goes exactly, hopefully it will be in live at the start of December. So we might have an announcement early to mid-December, and the numbers may change for the following season. I mean, if that makes sense. So the Sandsparrow Cup will be the same in live next season as it is this season, but the one after, hopefully it will change to a group format. And there might be a qualifying round before the group stage starts, so the numbers might change, if that makes sense. So some FAs might have some spots that go straight through to the group phase, and then some additional spots where you participate in a qualifying round and you may or may not get into the group phase. So just a heads up there, that even though there's some FAs with only 3 spots for next season, that might change. Unfortunately, we won't know for sure until we've confirmed that everything is okay in beta and we're satisfied that it's working, basically.
Okay, nice. Right, so you know what, I won't waste any more time, given that there's a lot of FAs to cover this season, not to mention the Legends Cup. So I'll go through the FAs fairly quickly this time, so that we have enough time to do our quiz show. So we shall start, as always, with the Early Morning FA. So, congratulations to Nike Ordem, who won the league with 8 points difference. This is Nike's first ever league title. And how fitting is it that he just completed the 1 year in 90MF. He joined the game last year in November 2016. So October's champion, the A team, finished 2nd, and NHatch KV completes the top 3, meaning that he will qualify for the 7th time in the SP Cup, 7th time in his career history. So well done. 780 will miss out he finished 4th, but remember, this season things have changed. It's only the top 3, so 780 unfortunately misses out on the SP qualification. The last time 780 dropped below 3rd place was in July, interesting fact, when he finished 5th. Let's go and check the cups. So the FA Cup was won by Purple Monkey Dishwashers, who beat Lickert 3-1 in the semis and Spam United 2-1 in the final. Previous FA Cup winner Nike Ordem was knocked out on the 4th round by Spam United. Well done, Purple Monkey. And on to the community trophy. Itchen Saints was won by Itchen Saints, who beat NHatch 1-0 in the semis and went on to beat 780 2-1 in the final. Current holders Purple Monkey were knocked out by Nike Ordem on the 3rd round. So well done to Itchen Saints. Well done to Purple Monkey for getting the FA Cup. And congratulations to Nike Ordem, who won the league. As I said, I'll be a bit fast this season because we have a lot to cover and it's only me and Nick. So, moving on. Moving on to the late morning FA. So, once again, Rossonero won the league. This is his 4th championship in a row. He has never finished below 2nd in this FA. Amazing accomplishment. Well done, Rossonero. Guernsey Kiwis climbs back to 2nd spot after finishing 5th last season. This is his 3rd runners-up spot in 4 seasons. Inter Yo Mama will be the 3rd team, which will join the SP Cup next season. And yes, he edged it over Ghost Mistakes. Even if Ghost Mistakes wins his last match, it won't be enough. So Inter Yo Mama will go to SP Cup. Ghost Mistakes will have to settle for 4th place. But keeping in mind, Ghost Mistakes, I think this is their best ever finish in their history. When they joined this FA, they were 14th back in May 2017, and they gradually climbed all the way up to 4th spot. So, Ghost Mistakes, well done. Next season, you might be in the top 3. On to the FA Cup now. The FA Cup was won by Rossonero again, who beat the previous cup winners Ristic 2-0 in the semis and Inter Yo Mama 3-0 in the final. So Rossonero has done the double by winning both the league and the cup. Actually, Rossonero has done the triple because they also won the Community Cup. They beat previous cup winners Nerve Palace 5-4 in the finals. So Rossonero, well done, amazing, 3 out of 3. Kudos to you, Danny. Right, on to my FA, our FA, Nick.
I might finally have something to say, possibly.
Yes.
With any luck. My knowledge of the other FAs doesn't seem it's very good at all. I didn't have anything to add. Nothing that you didn't already know.
Don't worry. We want you in development. So right, let's check out our FA. So for the first time ever, Redoxia finished first. It was the closest ever championship, in my opinion, Nick. It was a thriller. Everything came to the last match. your team has done something incredible. You started 3 seasons ago, you reset your team 3 seasons ago, and you managed to get promoted each season. And look at you now, first season in Division 1, and you nearly finished first. I mean, the only reason you finished second is because of goal difference.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I think I might. I lost the title on goal difference last season as well. I'm not sure if that's a fact or not, but I might be the only team ever to have lost back-to-back titles on goal difference. I think that just goes to show that you don't want to make every decision counts, I guess, throughout the season. It's just any match, one less mistake. Mm-hmm. Any of those losses or draws were just one result, 1 point better, and it could be different. But yeah, it was a very funny season for me because at the start of the season I was just aiming for avoiding relegation, and then as I think I just sort of locked into a couple of real big players somehow. I don't know how I got them, but I got them for prices that I could afford, and it just completely transformed my team mid-season from also-rans into a team that could push for the title. So it was a good season, and like you said, it went down to the wire. I think I played Neos Cosmos in the last match and I beat them, but I think there was, with a couple matches left, there was 4 teams. Yeah. It doesn't look that close with the final. Well, it's quite close still, but it was even closer with 2 matches to spare. It was all in the balance. Any of those 4 teams could have won it.
Yeah, and Radoxia, all he had to do is beat his last final match, which was against Runaround's Rejects. So he had a much easier task than you. You did the difficult part, beating Neos Cosmos. And and by beating him, you also kicked him out of the top 3. Hmm?
Yeah, I did. Yep, although I think he'd also dropped points in his last match as well, because he played, you can see in the results, that he played Yonk. The team I actually personally, they're the team I hate playing the most. I like playing them, but I hate, they always finish near the bottom because they get so many draws every season. It's so difficult to beat. Yeah. You're always drawing against them, and that's what happened to Neos Cosmos. So they got a draw as well. So they got 1 point from their last 2 matches, and obviously if they had won both of those matches in the end, then I don't know what would have happened instead. Then they would have got 78 points as well, actually. Yeah. So it was so close.
I mean, Neos Cosmos for once didn't finish in the top 2 places, so that's quite remarkable. And I just have to mention that Hardly Athletic is also a fairly new team. He joined the game in last summer. And he has also done very, very well. Every season he was getting promoted, and this is his highest ever finish. This is just his 2nd season in Division 1, and he's already in 3rd spot. So he has a lot of momentum, and in one of my previous Twitch shows I had mentioned that I have my eyes on him, and here he is, he's 3rd. Well done. Right, so let's have a look on the cups as well. Once again, Radoxia, well done. Huge win, huge achievement. Nick, you almost got it. You missed out for 1 point.
Well, luckily in this instance, there's still a prize for 2nd place, unlike many things in life. So.
Right, so let's see the FA Cup. Radoxia didn't only manage to get the league, to be the league winner, but he also managed to win the FA Cup. And he retained his title as well, because he was also the previous Cup winner. And he managed to do so by beating 5-0, beating Hardly Athletic 5-0 in the semis, and winning in the penalty shootout against Unseen Academicals. So well done, Radox. Let's see how you did in the community trophy. So Radox nearly surprised everyone by making the triple. He beat PCC 4-0 in the semis, but he ended up losing from Hartley Athletic. This time was Hartley Athletic's turn to beat Redux. So Hartley Athletic, well done once again. I mean, just 2 seasons in Division 1, you're 3rd, and you've got a cup in your trophy room. So well done. Right, moving on. Let's go and check the late afternoon FA. So it's another thriller season in the late afternoon FA. Rich Anderson's team, Gardenstone, was crowned this season's champion, and he managed to retain his title. So well done, back-to-back titles. Well done, Rich. And Bettingfield managed to snatch 2nd place from Boogie Nights. As you can see, they have the same points, 75 and 75. Bettingfield had to beat his last game. He did, and he managed to snatch 2nd place due to goal difference. This is the first time Bettingfield finishes so high, and he will make his first ever appearance in the SP next season. This is also the highest ever position for Boogie Nights, and he will join the SP Cup after a whole year's absence. So the last time he was there in the SP Cup was last year. I think it was either October or November of 2016. So welcome back, Boogie Nights, to the SP. On to the FA Cup. All Maestro picked up the FA Cup by beating the previous winners and by beating the previous winners comfortably, Num 2-0 in the semis, and by beating the champions, Gardenstone United 2-1 in the finals. So well done, Maestro. On to the Community Trophy. Gardenstone managed to do the double. He won the Community Trophy by beating Brutal Deluxe 3-0 in the final. Previous winners, Barcelona, were knocked out on the 2nd round by Boogie Nights. Well done, Rich, again for doing the double. Right, and then we are off to the Twilight FA, which is the old early evening FA. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So, Suffolk manager Rico breaks every record by picking up his 4th consecutive title. I mean, this is an incredible feat, 4 titles in a row. Although this time, it was probably his most difficult campaign, since he only managed to win the title due to goal difference. 4 goals difference from Mercury Immortals. Mercury Immortals has only once before finished 2nd, exactly 1 year ago, again in November 2016. Black Sails, this is Chris's team, completes the trio. This is his highest finish in his TFA history. He will join the SP Cup after 5 months of absence. So well done, Chris, finishing 3rd. Onto the FA Cup. Chris also managed to reach the finals, but unfortunately he lost 4-0 to Edinburgh. It is with huge regret that I have to say that Chris once again reaches a final, but once again misses out. This is his 7th attempt to lift the trophy. He's been to a final 7 times. Not this cup, but in any cup. He's been to 7 cup finals. He's lost all 7 of them. Chris, I don't know what I can say. I'm guessing this is why you're called Black Sails. You must have a curse. Your team is mourning. Anyway, well done to Edinburgh for beating Catenaccio 1-0 in the semis, and huge scoreline, 4-0 against Black Sails in the final. On to the community trophy. This was won by CSK, who beat Jumbo 2-0 in the semis and Bel Paese 5-2 in the finals. Well done. Previous winners, Werder Leverkusen was knocked out in round 1 by Steaua. So, I think we are ahead of time. We can go to the first round of the quiz. Nick.
Okay, so now I can finally get involved.
So I just want to just tell everyone that to head over to the quiz channel. So anybody who's in the world channel, I see there's 73 members. Come over, join us over to the quiz channel. This is where I'm gonna be checking your answers and registering your scores. So over to Nick.
Okay, so for those who haven't caught the quiz before, there's 3 rounds on the quiz, so this will be the first one, and then we'll go back into review, and then have the second round, and then the final part of the review, and then the third round. The first round, we're more or less doing the same format that we've done the last couple of months for this month. So the first round is going to be just general knowledge questions about football, but it'll be related to club football. And the second round will be just general knowledge questions about football as well, but it will be related to international football. And then the last section will be Who Am I section, where all of the answers will be reborn legends who were added into the game this month. So definitely it pays dividends to do your research and look into the 100 Wikipedia pages before the quiz, which I have a feeling that there's a specific user who's been doing that. So let's get on with it. So it's the first round. It's general knowledge and club football. So this is going to be 4 questions, although they've got more than all of them have more than one answer. So there's 1 point for each answer. So the first question is name the 4 clubs that have participated in the most Champions League tournaments since its inaugural season in 1955. And there's 1 point for each of these. So let's see. So Real Madrid is correct. Who got it first, though?
Let me see. Tino?
Tino?
Yeah.
Tino got it first, okay. Real Madrid. And, well, so quick. We've learned our lesson. In the past, we had some with like 10 answers, and it was just impossible to.
Yes, let's see. I'm also trying to check. Benfica is also correct. Benfica is also correct. I think
Who got Benfica?
that.
Lee
got that. And we want.
It's surprising that I thought they would all go quickly, but they.
Right. Okay. So
okay.
Rico got Bayern.
And there's one still to go, is that right? There's still one to go. So
there's 1 more to go.
One has slipped through the net. Give a clue. They're not. They're still a big club, I think, but I'm guessing. Well, I don't know actually. They're still quite a big club, but I think they were very, very good in the past. It's not much of a clue. I appreciate. Of course, they're good if they've played in the one of the top 4 clubs in Champions League tournaments. So it's one more club still though. The another clue. It's really hard to come up with a clue that's not a dead giveaway here. Yeah, Rogue's got it. Rogue got it. We don't need the clue.
Oh, okay. Okay, well done, Rogue. Yeah.
So, all right. I have to do 2 jobs this week. Sorry, normally Con takes the scores, but I have to do that this week as well. So it's going to be a little bit slower. So just to Lee got a point right, and
Lee, Tino, Rico, and Rogue.
Okay, cool. Let me just get this right. Sorry guys, but we're a smaller team this week, so let's get into the second question. I'll just put the answers for reference, the final answers, because some people like to. I get a couple mail messages afterwards sometimes saying that I didn't put the answers down and they missed them. So they're the answers. And originally we had that as the top 10, but we narrowed it to 4. And there was quite a lot of surprising clubs in the top 10 that you wouldn't have guessed. I can't remember them. Like Celtic was one of them.
Yeah.
Dynamo Kiev was one of them. I'm pretty sure there was quite a few others in that list that that weren't guessed. I don't think by anybody here. I don't think anybody guessed Dynamo Kiev, did they? So, and they had 33 from memory. So they're only 1 behind these other teams.
Yeah.
Anyway, next question. Name the top 5 players with the most Champions League appearances.
This includes this season. So.
Okay, so Raul is one of them.
Maldini is another.
No, he's not. He's 6th. He's 6th.
Ah, okay, all right.
Ronaldo is 1. So, oh my gosh. So Rabbit gets a point. Messi isn't 1. Oh my gosh. So Rabbit.
Okay, Rabbit gets 1.
I'm recording these points now.
So Ronaldo is also one of them. So that's Rabbit. Then we have.
Did Rabbit get Ronaldo as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going too fast, and I'm missing everything. So,
Okay.
Adam gets
trying.
1 for getting gigs, and Rogue also gets 1 for getting Xavi. So. There's 1 missing.
Who?
Wait. And Iker
Casillas
Yeah,
is one of them.
That's also Rogue.
So that's Rory. And okay, so Rory got Iker Casillas.
So
and
Rogue
just
got
to double
2
check,
points.
who got gigs first? Does anybody know? Was it Rico or was it someone else? Too many answers too quickly. Need to have it with less.
Yes. You see, this is why we need 3 people. This is why we need Steve. Who do you have so far? Rogue got 2 points.
I'll have to go. Let me see
Rabbit
if I can.
also got 2 points, I think. Rogue definitely got 2 points. And Rabbit got 2 points. And the other one was...
So the answers, okay, they've all been. It's Raul, Casillas, Xavi, Giggs, Ronaldo. So these are the answers. And now I'm going to have to go and see who's. There's just so many answers so quickly. It's too hard to keep up with without having. You're normally the pair of eyes that.
Yeah.
I thought Rico got it first. Can we work this out? I can check the chat logs. Adam thinks okay. Let me check the chat logs. I can quickly do that.
I said it, but I can't remember. I said the name. Maybe it was Adam. Yes, Adam must have gotten it.
right, let's quickly do this. Gosh.
You know what? Maybe once I do this, the rest of the review, you can check later on.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll check this, guys. Whilst I can check the chat logs, I'll double check who got them first. We'll do that as Con says for the next section, and then I'll let everybody know who got each one first. That'll be better. So, and we will learn to never do a question like this if there's not three of us for the future. But just to confirm, I can check exactly who got it first, and I'll do that. So we'll move on to the next question. Oh my gosh, and I'm already regretting the. It's another one, unfortunately. I'm now thinking, do we change the question?
Make it just make the top two.
Okay. We have to change this, guys. Sorry. Okay, I'm just changing the question so that we can better manage it. Because there's just so many answers coming through. Okay, so there's 2 players who have received 4 or more FIFA balloon deals during their football careers, and name them. It's 1 point for each. It's actually pretty easy. The other ones were the ones that weren't that easy. Yeah, okay. It's Ronaldo.
Adam got
Messi.
No, sorry. No.
So,
Lee got one, and Messi
Adam.
and Adam got the other.
Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, that was a bit more interesting if it was the top 6, but yeah. Okay, and the next question, and this, oh my gosh, okay, we'll go with it. This is an obscure question, and okay, so I'm just changing it again to be less so we can better manage it. So name the 3 countries in Europe with the most red cards handed out by referees, only top tier leagues per match during the 2016-17 season, 1 point for each.
So these countries play the most aggressive football, you could say.
I think they well, yeah, either that or they have the Angles players or something. I don't know. Numbers very high.
Rogue got 1. Greece is one of the answers. So 1 point for Rogue.
All right, let me know if I'm doing this. Any others, Con, yet?
No, I'm still watching. 2 countries to go, guys. This is as of last season. No, not yet. I mean, how many countries are there in Europe?
We'll get there eventually, I guess. It's pretty obscure, this question, I have to admit. I was pretty clueless. I had no idea what the answers to this were. Might have to give a... Well, to say give a clue. It's a country in Europe that's not been said yet. There can't be that many left. And one of them's, like, I wouldn't have said I would know the answer, obviously, but one of them is a pretty big league for Europe, and it's not been said by anybody yet. So one of them is a pretty major league, really, in Europe, and, well, no disrespect to the other one, but I guess not so much. But certainly a lot bigger than a lot of the leagues that we mentioned, that's for sure. Oh my gosh. Look, when are people out of time, Con?
I
One
guess
people
we'll
out
give
of,
them 30 more seconds.
all right, 30 seconds and count. Okay, France is one of them.
No. So Alan gets that.
So there's one left, and have we got? Are we through the 30?
Ah, Romania. Okay.
Romania.
Rabbit.
Okay, is that
That's the other
Rabbit?
one. Yeah, yeah.
Last point. Okay,
Okay.
it's Romania. So I'll put the questions in, which I think I might have forgot. Oh, this is actually so much harder to manage with only two of us, I have to say, than the three of us.
Yeah, it is.
So just have to learn from this experience. So these are the answers, and that's how many red cards per match. And I'm actually surprised at that statistic. And it's probably worth a note that in England, the EPL has only 11.8 red cards per match. So it's quite a lot, actually. I think all hell would break loose if we had that many red cards per match in 90 minutes, basically. I'm pretty sure. All right, Doug said he said France. Oh my gosh. All right, I'll check all of them, basically.
Okay.
I'll double check and recheck all of these questions in the chat logs, because that's pretty easy for me to do. Yeah. So I'll do that whilst you're going through the next part of the thing. So I won't update the points now. We'll update the points before the second section, and I'll check who actually was first to all these questions, and yeah, we'll learn none of these multiple answer ones in the future. Too confusing.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay, guys. So let's sorry, I meant to go to the world. Okay, let's get on with the season review. And it's the early evening FA. So this is the first of two new FAs that were introduced this season, and let's see who was crowned the first ever champion of this FA, and it's Maradona 10. So well done to Maradona 10. He came to us from, he moved from the old late evening FA, where he had finished 4th. And second place went to Jens, manager of Woodburn. Jens came from the late afternoon FA, where last season he had also finished 4th. And Rob Rowe finished 3rd. He came over from the Primetime FA. So well done to the three of you, and it's a bit of a bummer for Queen Anne's Revenge, who nearly got into 3rd spot, but they lost goal difference. Actually, now that I'm checking out all these points, it's a pretty crazy season, huh? Look at this: 69, 69, 68, 68, 66. This is crazy. Well done. Very, very tight. Very, very tight indeed. Right, so let's go and check the cups. So just in order to find these cups, I need to go through the search bar. So bear with me for a second. So well done to Smelling Mistakes. They won the cup 3-1. They beat La Masia. Well done. And let's check the other FA. Give me a second, please.
I think Con might have to tend to his dog for a second, sounds like.
Yeah, so sorry for that. Alright. Yeah, my dog wanted to check out their review as well. So, So, the Community Trophy, Gansito beats Woodburn, beats Jens in the cup final, beating Woodburn 3-2. So well done to Gansito as well. On to the next FA, Prime Time FA. So, Prime Time FA, this FA managed to preserve its 4 spots, leading to the SP Cup, since it's the biggest FA in the game. So, 4 positions will be awarded in this FA. So, well done to Torino. It was an absolute thriller, actually, this season, because Torino managed to steal the title by scoring a goal in the 85th minute versus Watchers on the Wall. So they won. They ended up winning the league literally in the last 9 minutes of their last match, and they won due to goal difference. They won with a 4-goal difference. So well done to Torino. This is Torino's first ever championship. So well done. And September's champion Lisbon Lions will have to settle for 2nd place. Previous winners, Dueling Dragons, finished 3rd. And Huish FC finishes 4th. So all 4 of these clubs will go to the SP Cup next season. This is Huish's highest ever finish since joining a 9DMF, and they will play for the first ever time, for their first ever time in the SP next season. So on to the FA Cup. So Lisbon managed to get their revenge on Torino by beating them in the cup finals. The match had gone to penalties, and previous winners, Dueling Dragons, lost in the quarterfinals by Hollywood. So well done, Lisbon. On to the Community Trophy. So, Division 3 side St. Domingo managed to lift the Community Trophy by beating Hollywood in the penalties. St. Domingo also knocked out previous winners Vultures 2-1 in the quarterfinals. So, well done, Domingo. And on to the next FA. So, late evening FA. This is the other new FA that was introduced this season. Sensible Soccer finished 1st. They had finished 3rd in the LMFA last season. Borussia Teeth finished 2nd. This is Rich's second team, first main team, I mean. He joins us from the Primetime FA. I just want to say here, the reason why I mentioned this is Richard's second team is because he has done exceptionally well this season. Both of his teams have finished 1st and 2nd in their respective FAs. So well done to Rich. So then we have Stella Stars, who got the 3rd spot. They came from the old late evening FA. They had also finished 3rd last season in that FA, so they finished 3rd here as well. So well done to the 3 of you. Let's move on to the FA Cup. So once again, just because it's the first time, I need to use the search bar, so bear with me. LEFA Cup. Okay, here we are. So Harriers missed out in the top 3 spots in their league, but they did manage to lift the cup by beating Failsworth 1-0 in the semis, and Red Barrel 2-1 in the final. So this is Harrier's first ever trophy. Well done, Kevin. On to the next cup, which is the Lefa Com. So Borussia Teeth will be the first ever team to be crowned winners of this community trophy competition, this FA. They managed to beat Baza 2-0 in the semis, and they beat Porto 3-2 in the final. So once again, well done to Borussia Teeth. On to the Watershed FA. So Watershed also managed to retain 4 spots. It's the old late evening FA. It's the second largest FA in the game world. And actually this FA should really be renamed Eusebio FA, because not only is this Costa's 4th consecutive title, but he also won it by a huge 11 points difference. So well done, Costa, well done, Eusebio FC. You absolutely dominate this FA. Fiorentina finished second, just like they did last season. Blackfish finished third, and it's their highest finish in this FA. And Hammers gets 4th spot, making this their first ever time to qualify for the SP Cup. So well done to everyone. On to the FA Cup now. So Sporting Estima picked up the cup by beating Fiorentina 4-3 in the semis and Royston 4-0 in the final. Previous winners, Eusebio, was knocked out in the 4th round by Kalamazoo. On to the community trophy. The winners here were Murder on Zidane's Floor, who managed to beat Royston 2-0 in the semis, and Awoken Giants also 2-0 in the finals. So well done again to Murders on Zidane's Floor. On to the last remaining FA, the Night Owl FA. So Nofa Night Owl FA was won by Hell FC. This is a remarkable achievement for Lucifer, that's how he's called, who joined 90MF 4 seasons ago. So this is only his 4th season in the game, and he managed to be crowned champion. So well done. He was getting promoted every season, and here he is, finally in Division 1, and he won it. Even if TJ wins his last match, there is no chance of getting him, because he's 5 points below him. So well done. Farsley, TJ, TJ finished second for the 2nd consecutive time, and the 3rd spot goes to Farsley, who is yet another new user who has made consecutive promotions and managed to finish 3rd. So well done. Farsley and Hell FC will play for their first time in the SP Cup next season. Previous winners, current holders, Railpool United, finished 5th. So on to the cups. Info for All knocked out Spurs in the semis and beat Wivelscombe, is that how you pronounce it? Wivelscombe, 1-0 in the final. They also knocked out previous winner TJ Wanderers in the 4th round. So well done, Info for All FC. And the community trophy. Right, so Hell FC managed to get yet another cup, so that's 2 cups for Hell. Sorry. Hell FC got the league, so this is their cup, and so they managed to do the double. They beat Ninja Pigs 3-2 in the semis, and they also beat previous winners TJ in the finals. Again with a score of 3-2. So I guess TJ has finally found his match. Well done, Hell FC. Well done, Lucifer. So that's all the FAs done. I think we can move to the second round of the quiz, if Nick is ready.
Yeah, he sort of is ready. He's having some trouble. He doesn't have access to the chat logs, unfortunately, from this computer because it's its IP address restricted to access.
Yeah,
I'm fairly
sure that I went to. I'm fairly sure they went to Alan, if I remember well. So.
Which one did? Sorry, because there's a couple we're missing.
Alan is missing 1 point, and yes. What are you suggesting?
It's question 2. It's question 2.
I think there was 1 point there for Alan. There's
a couple of people saying on there that they might have a point. So I think what needs to happen is if it ends up mattering, we'll have to confirm it. So, which we can do a couple of ways. I can obviously get the access, but we'll see what happens. If it matters, if it ends up being won by somebody by 1 point and it's one of these contested points, then we'll do something about it. I can ring someone up for like a production emergency issue. This just doesn't feel like an emergency production issue that has to be sorted out. But if it matters, then it's an emergency and we'll get it sorted out. So I'm not sure if we do the points. I think the points update with what we've got, and it's saying that there's a couple points that might be incorrect here, but what we've got is, I think, Lee with 2, Tino with 1, Rico with 1, Rogue with 3, Rabbit with 3, Adam with 1, and Alan T with 2. But there's a couple missing, and there's a couple that people have said that they got before these people, and would have to check it if it matters. If it ends up mattering, we'll sort it all out. I've actually now got pen and paper to record this stuff, so I don't have to flick back and forth between different screens and miss the chat.
All right.
So hopefully pen and paper will be superior to using the computer. So the round 2 is general knowledge. It's international football, but all of these questions are actually to do with World Cups. So the first question in this section is name the 3 smallest nations by population to have ever qualified for a World Cup. And it's the population of these countries at the time that they qualified for the World Cup as well, not whatever the population is today. Yeah, so Iceland is one of them, so that's Rabbit. Northern Ireland was 5th or something on the list, so it's not one of them, but it was quite up there.
Yes, Lax got 1.
Which one did Lax get?
Trinidad.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's one left that I only know incidentally. It's not something I actually knew the answer, but it's not something. It's only because I read something about it quite recently as well. I only came to learn this fact quite recently, but this country in particular is a phenomenally successful football nation.
There we go. I really didn't honestly didn't think they would get it.
There you go. And Rabbit got it as well. So the last one is Paraguay, who have been consistently good for a long time, especially for such a small population. So it was Rabbit gets Paraguay, right?
Yes.
And what was the other one? He got Iceland.
Yep.
And Lax gets Trinidad and Tobago. So for reference, these are the populations at the time that these countries qualified. So I'm just going to update the master score sheet quickly, just so that we don't have any more shambolic stuff going on here.
Yes.
And can we go Lax? So Lax gets 1, Rabbit gets 2 for that question. So next question, and now it's a little bit easier, thankfully. So next question, we're down to questions that only have one answer, which is a lot easier for us to manage. So who were the first African nation to play at a World Cup? There must be a massive delay on the stream, because
yes,
we've been talking about we've changed topics for quite a while now, and people are still guessing.
So Egypt was the right answer. Rabbit gets this as well.
Okay. So Rabbit gets that point. So let me quickly do that one. Oh, we're missing Steve. That's all I can say.
Yeah. It's a 3-man job.
We'll have to tell him how much he's been missed when he's back. Right, and the next question, who were the only nation to remain undefeated throughout the 2010 World Cup? And this one I actually knew because I saw them play all 3 of their group phase matches, actually.
No way. Okay.
All 3, yeah. It was at the 2010 World Cup. I think I went to 19 matches in 17 days or something like that.
Wow, well done.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Lax got
crazy. Like, I don't know if there's been any other World Cup that you could actually logistically do that besides South Africa. So Lax got it. Lax.
Yes. Yeah, the answer is New Zealand. Well done, Lax.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. It's like getting up at 5 AM to drive somewhere to watch the first match of the day, and then driving to another city to watch the evening match in the same day, and then driving back to where you're staying, and then getting up and doing the same thing the next day. It was pretty crazy. So, right. So the answer is New Zealand actually drew all 3 of their group phase matches, and it was Lax, right?
Yes, Lax is who also happens to be the current quiz master.
Recorded. Oh no, we're back to a question that's got more than one answer. Russian referee Valentin Ivanov brandished 16 yellow cards and 4 red cards in a round of 16 game dubbed the Battle of Nuremberg between which 2 nations at the 2006 World Cup in Germany? I was actually at this match as well.
No way.
So, yeah, I've only been to 2 World Cups. It was Germany and South Africa. So.
That's crazy. 16 yellow cards and 4 reds.
So Holland is actually one of them.
Okay, so 1 point for Rabbit. And who did they play against? Yes, Portugal. Correct, Lax.
Yeah. Okay, so that's one. Oh, it's the same. It's the same users, isn't it? The same people over and over.
Yeah.
So it's Lax and Rabbit again. Oh, it's just it's a 2-horse race so far. So the answer is Portugal and the Netherlands. So that's the end of the second section, and I think in the second section all of the answers were between Rabbit and Lax. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've got. Okay. So this just turned into a duel now. But as always, the last section, I think we are on good. We're making good time for. We can have quite a few questions in the last section, so we'll see how many. But we might have quite a few, just to give anybody a proper chance to win and hopefully make it so that the first round doesn't matter, no matter what.
Yeah.
So we don't have to bother checking.
Okay, so let's continue with the review. Now we're going to go and see the cups, the Inter-FA Cups. So let's start with the SP Cup, the Sans Pareil Cup. So, huge success for Dueling Dragons as they managed to lift the SP Cup for the second time in their history. They beat early afternoon FA champions Redoxia 1-0 in the final. This is, I want to mention that this is Redox's second time as a runner-up, second time in 3 seasons. This is the match for whoever missed it. Yes, there is a bit of a lag, fortunately. So yeah, well done Dueling Dragons. They scored near the end, thanks to Kubilas. Previous winners, Strictly Butter Side Up, Steve in other words, were knocked out in round 1 by Carnage. So, well done Dueling Dragons. On to the Cup Holders Cup. So here we have another match involving Redoxia and Dueling Dragons. This time, Redoxia managed to beat Dragons 2-1 in the semis, and they went on to the finals. But unfortunately for Redox, Steve was too strong for Redox, and Strictly Butter Side Up are this month's title winners. They managed to beat Redox 1-0 in the final. And here is this match. And as I can see, it was very interesting. Steve scored in during extra time to grab the win. So well done, Steve. Right, on to the 90-minute Fever Cup. So, Rossonero is the winner of the 90-minute Cup. Well done to Rossonero, who should be dubbed the godfather of late morning FA, since he did the triple and he's been winning it for 4 seasons in a row. He also manages to get the 90-minute Cup, so that's 4 trophies in 1 season for Danny. Well done, Rossonero. He knocked out Woodburn 5-3 in the quarterfinals. Then he went on to beat Lisbon 5-1 in the semis, and then he conquered the finals by beating Hakuna Matata 4-2. And here is this match. This was Hakuna Matata's first ever Inter-FA final. Right. And moving on now to the Legends Cup. There is a bit of lag. Apologies. Our connection is not very good. This is why Steve has been running the shows. All right, so this was the first ever Legends Cup in our game, 90 Minute Fever. I'm very happy to say that we had a huge turnout. I think nearly 120 teams were involved. And as you can see, the first ever title is awarded to Rico's Suffolk United, who beat his second team, La Masia, 2-0 in the final. So Rico, how large do you feel right now, knowing that both your teams reached the final of the first ever Legends Cup? I don't think anyone will ever manage to repeat what you've achieved. Well done. Amazing, amazing accomplishment, amazing achievement. And as you can see, very well, he just set up his two lineups and he let the AI play the game. He didn't make any changes, no subs, no nothing. So he just let his best team win, and it happened to be Suffolk United. So well done, Rico. Amazing, amazing, honestly. Right, so that's the season review, guys, and we can now continue with the quiz. Nick.
Okay. How are we looking for time, Con? How many questions do we want?
We have around 23 minutes, so I guess we can do 5.
Let's try.
Huh? 5 questions?
Yeah.
Maybe 6? I don't know. I think 5 is...
Let's do 6. We'll do 6. I really want to hopefully avoid having to check the answers to the first round, basically. So
okay. Yeah.
We'll do 6. It will reduce the chances of that needing to happen.
Yes.
So, okay. So this is a Who Am I format where we just drip feeding clues one at a time. For each question, for each Who Am I question, there's 5 clues, and you get between 1 and 5 points for whoever gets it first, depending on how many clues were given before it was guessed. So if you guess it after the first clue, it's 5 points. After the second clue, it's 4 points, etc. If you get it after the 5th clue, it's 1 point, and the 5th clues make it pretty obvious who it is. And we'll go through them pretty promptly, just 10 or so seconds between each clue. There's definitely a delay. It seems a very significant delay. Mm-hmm. So you definitely want to be reading in the quiz channel, not listening. You'll be hearing the questions after they've been answered if you're waiting to hear them, basically. So you need to be actually looking in the quiz channel. So this is round 3. This Reborn Legends out of this month. We're going to have 6 questions here in total, with a possibility of 5 points for each of them. So it's 30 points on offer in total. A quick recap at the moment, what we've got, and bearing in mind that, like we said, first round, there might be a couple points off here, but what we've got basically is Rabbit on 7, and a bunch of users between 1 and 3, it seems. So Rabbit has a clear lead at the moment, and it's up to everybody to catch him. But like we said, it's only 7 points, and even if you've got none so far, it's pretty easy to catch up here. So let's get on with it. So first question, have I put in the section? So it's Reborn Legends out of this month. So it's Who Am I? And the first clue is my parents were born in Guadeloupe. Is that how you say it? Guadeloupe? How do you say that?
Yeah, Guadeloupe, I guess, in English. It's Guadeloupe in Spanish, I think, but Guadeloupe, I guess, is right in English.
Okay. The second clue is during my first month in the English Premier League, I was voted Player of the Month. Just a reminder that all of the answers are one of the Reborn Legends that were added this month. So there's only 100 possible answers.
Correct.
Yeah, so Cheese gets it.
Well done, Cheese.
Saha is correct. So Cheese gets
4 points.
I'm getting my pen and paper to record it. Easier than switching. So, all right, next one. Who am I? This is question 2. Who am I? I once received a lifetime ban from football. That was later reduced to a 1-year ban. So obviously, I continued to have a football career. Adam, that was done every other month as well. Did Joey Barton receive a lifetime ban from football? Do you know that? Okay, Lax gets it.
Well done, Lax. Wow, that's quite impressive. Okay.
We didn't even get onto the. That's 5 points, right? So that's Lax. That's 5. Okay, I have to go through the clues quicker, so to hopefully get some of all this effort to make these clues, and then we only need one of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so who am I? I never received any card, yellow or red, in my entire career. Yeah, I think Lineker was last season, wasn't he, or the season before? I can't remember. I was awarded with the UNESCO Fair Play Award.
Ha!
Okay, Max got it.
Okay.
Again. Okay, that's 4 more to Lax. Oh gosh, can anybody catch him?
Maybe, yeah. I don't know if we need to give the clues faster.
Maybe, I don't know. Yeah.
Or maybe slower so that someone else has the chance to catch up to
Or
Lax.
maybe Lax isn't allowed to answer. I think that's the only solution here. So, okay, next one. Who am I? I've played leading actor roles in 2 horror movies. Yeah, I think that might be. Adam might have the correct solution here. We'll make a special L symbol for Lax, and then we can give a second place award to somebody else, a little Q instead. Next clue is my sister is an R&B singer. I didn't know either of these 2 things, by the way. That was very interesting. A lot of these sort of much older Reborn Legends, you know, from history, have sort of all sorts of craziness going on in their life that you just can't imagine happening today. But this is a much more modern player. Obviously, it's not going to be somebody from history if they this is an R&B singer. I got scammed once when I wanted to buy a Porsche Cayenne and lost £100,000.
Wow.
I don't know, they look a little bit dodgy, these 2 horror movies, but I'm half inclined just to have a look, just to see what his acting's like. In 2002, I was declared bankrupt. It's probably not. The other clues are bigger. This is really just a clue to give Lax time to remember. And I guess we're in for the last one that hopefully will make it obvious. So I represented Norway in all youth levels and at senior level. Yeah, John Carter is correct.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm quite interested to. So Madcap. I'm quite interested to have a look at these movies.
Yeah, I mean, maybe because he, as a result of going bankrupt, he decided to start doing B movies.
Next question, who am I? I only played for 1 club during my entire senior career.
Yep.
Ah.
Got it. Tiny gets the 5 points.
So who is this one? That was Tiny. That's 5. Okay, next question. Who am I? And again, so many people with such interesting history. In addition to playing football, I also played high-level tennis and once competed at a Wimbledon Championships.
Lax. Wow.
Oh, and he actually had quite a lot of other interesting things about it. He also played county cricket, was capped by England, he's a godfather to quite a famous author. Anyway, waste of time researching it. On Donald, 5 points. So Lax with another 5.
I think we have plenty of time to do the next questions as well.
All right, we'll go through them. We got a few more because as things stand, I think it's just Lax wins basically, isn't it?
Yeah.
I haven't tallied it all up, but it looks like he's just
5.
winning at the moment. So we'll give people a chance to catch up. So we'll do a few more quickly. So, or just to have Lax rub it in even more, how much he wins by. But see what happens. So who am I? In 2002. I held the FIFA world record for the most international caps by an outfield player. My nickname is the Emperor. Yep, is that Lax again?
Yeah. Okay, Lax. Okay, we got the point. Okay.
4 points this time. Okay, so Lax with 4 more. I don't know if technically speaking anybody can catch him even if they get the last 2.
It. I think Lax.
So I think now he just wins, I guess. So I can tally it up so people know, but I think he just wins by a country mile basically.
Yeah.
We have to do something about this. He can't be. It's not fair to everybody else. We need to change the format or something, or Lax has to have his score halved at the end or something. I don't know. We'll have to come up with a solution. If anybody's got any suggestions how to solve this conundrum, let us know.
Yeah.
And we're open to any suggestions about the quiz format, by the way, because it's a bit tricky for us, obviously, with the quiz, doing it in the chat, in the client, and maybe do you think it should be on the Twitch stream chat instead? Do you think it should be in the client? I don't know. But if anybody's got any suggestions as well about sort of formats, new formats for different sections of the quiz that you think would be nice, let us know, because we're definitely open to suggestions here, and we've tried quite a few different things out just to get a feel for what works. But it's pretty clear, these questions with 4 or 5 answers, without 3 of us here, it's very difficult. So apologies for that, guys. We made a bit of a mess of it. But it doesn't matter at the end. 1 or 2 points is neither here nor there when Lax is winning by 30 points or whatever it is. Something like that. 20 points, sorry, I'm exaggerating. He won by 20 points, about that. So, okay.
So well done, Lax, once again. And is there anything else to add, Nick?
No, just I guess the good part of Lax winning is that I don't have to change his Quizmaster icon, so it saves